4 Americans dead. But many lawmakers say they still don't have the answers they've asked for repeatedly. Our next guest believes those who survived the attack could hold the key, but says the administration is stonewalling when it comes to those victims. Joining us now, Congressman Jason Chaffetz. Sir, thanks for your time today.
Good morning, Shannon.
All right. This week, a couple of your colleagues in the House sent a very direct letter saying we want access to those who have survived the attack in Benghazi. We understand some of them have very serious injuries, but we think they can provide us the answers that we need. How hopeful are you or optimistic that you'll actually get that access?
Well, thus far, the State Department and the White House have tried to shut us down at every step of the way. So, look, I'll be optimistic, and despite some of those hindrances, we're going to continue to pursue this. We have 4 dead Americans, and we have people who know what happened on the ground that night. Can help us to prevent this so it won't happen again. We know that after the attack, people were interviewed in Libya. Some of those people that were injured and whatnot went on to Germany. We know that some of them were interviewed. We'd like to see those interviews. We have some people that have been hospitalized, and you have people that survived the attack. We believe that as a member of Congress who's investigating this, we should be able to have access and be able to talk to those people. And thus far, the State Department has shut down the Foreign Affairs Committee. They've made a formal request. We've made a formal request in the Oversight Committee. And thus far, they will not share that information with us.
Well, how delicate is this? Because if we're talking about people who were working in clandestine services, who it may be very dangerous to them to in any way reveal their identity or their family members, how would you anticipate being able to speak from them, have them testify, or in any way get information from them while balancing that very delicate interest?
Yeah. Well, we review classified information on a regular basis. There is a way to do that with those people. But then you also have a host of people who were just involved with the State Department who were not in a classified type of setting. We haven't been able to access them. The State Department will not actually physically give us, for instance, unclassified information regarding to what happened. It's just for the president to continue to say that he's an open book and he's providing us all the information. It's just factually not true at this point.
As much as we all may not like it, the truth is in Washington, it's a lot of times about deal making, adding an amendment on something that the White House wants, the CR or something else, or part of the negotiations about other fiscal matters we have coming up. Do you see any way in which you could tie in requirements related to Benghazi?
Well, I hope so. I mean, we're going to use every avenue that we can. Thus far, it's really been primarily the whistleblowers that have provided us the information. State Department is giving us our 8th tranche of information that they're showing to us only as an in-camera review. That is, you have to have somebody from the State Department sit there, literally look over your shoulder as you review some information. Again, won't even give us the non-classified information. So if we have to do something on an appropriations bill or some other vehicle to try to push this forward, we will, because we deserve to be able to get to the truth of this matter and make sure that it never ever happens again and bring some people to justice and hold some people accountable, because right now that has not yet happened.
Will you use subpoenas if necessary?
Well, I'd like to think so, but after 6 months, there's been some reluctance to, it's getting very frustrating after 6 months to not have this type of information, not have the access that we've had, and to continue to be shut down by the State Department and the White House. I understand that our leadership wants to bend over backwards and provide them every opportunity, but at this point, I don't know what other excuse they're going to come up with. I tend to think that we're probably at that point.
All right, Congressman Chaffetz, thank you always for your time.
Thanks, Shannon.
All right, it's your turn to weigh in from